What's up, YouTube? This is your girl, Kay. Hit that subscribe button. See you on the inside. What's up, chatty buddies? This is your girl, Chat with Kay, and I'm back with another episode of Table Talk Tuesday. But first, you already know the rules on my channel, but we still gonna go over them yet again. And it's watch the video, like the video, comment on the video, share the video, and most importantly for me, hit that subscribe button and become part of the Chatty Betty Gang Squad. And turn on your notification bell so you can be notified each and every time I upload another video. And honor those two-step requests. And one is, please don't skip the ads, because that's how I get my coins. And then share your girl on all your whole social media platforms. Today, guys, I was trying to do a StreamYard with my son. He's right here. Say hello to my son. That is Dominic. That's my baby. Okay. Natural son. Okay. I gave him life. All right. So that's my real son right there. Today, guys, I do have him on FaceTime. So today we're going to be talking about the behind the scenes of the, what I want to say, behind the scenes of what coaches do that people don't see. For those who don't know, my son, he is a high school basketball coach. See the name? Classic. There we go. We represent. My son is the basketball coach at that school. So today we're going to be talking about things behind the scenes and what it really is and how stressful it is to be a basketball coach. But first of all, I want my son to introduce himself to you guys, give you a little bit of background of his education and his journey thus far as a high school basketball coach. So Dominic, please say hello to the Chatty Betty Gang Squad.
Hello, everybody. Like you said, I'm Dominic Lincoln. That is my mother. Crazy as can be, but that is my mother. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, and so she can get those coins like she's talking about. Happy to be here to let y'all in on a little bit of background about myself and coaching, and just my passion and things that I do. So my name is Dominic Lincoln. I am 29 years old. I'm getting old, almost at 30.
Hitting that 3-0.
Yeah, I am from Crossett, Arkansas. That is where I went to school and graduated. I went to Arkansas Tech, and I graduated from there also in 2013. And I got my first taste of coaching as a Boys and Girls Club coach. And I was teaching those kids, and I always loved basketball. I grew up playing basketball. I played basketball my whole life. And coaching was a big part of my life, and helping out and just being there for me, and just being positive male influences and things that all of young kids need, especially growing up in, different situations and outcomes and things of that nature. But I just fell in love with it, and I started coaching. And Bryan, Arkansas was my first job. It's a big school. I worked for a great guy named Mike Abrahamson, who mentored me and showed me the ropes and just kind of showed me the ins and outs of coaching and the behind-the-scenes stuff that we're going to talk about today. And so I worked there for 4 years and grinded and wanted to become a head coach. And I got an opportunity to come home and be a head coach in my hometown and give back to my community and my turf that I grew up in. So it means a lot to me to be back home and trying to impact people and impact young kids in a positive way. So happy to be home. It's a lot of things that go into it that we're going to talk about, but at the end of the day, just really happy to be home and helping these kids become better people.
Okay, so the first thing I want to ask you so that you can explain to the people is the fact that the first question I want to know for them, tell us a little bit about your love for the game.
Well, I've always loved basketball. I remember growing up, we lived right across, street over from the playground. And I would hear the ball hit the rim, and I had chain net, so I would hear the chain. So as soon as I hear that, I'll stop whatever I'm doing. I'll go play basketball. And then my sisters and them, I got two older sisters. They would go to the playground, and Mom used to make them take me because I was the baby. So, and I was kind of like the mole, she used to make them take me, and once I picked up a basketball for the first time and I heard it bounce, I just fell in love with it. And I look at basketball as more than just a sport. It was a tool to help me not get in trouble. It was a tool that helped me stay out of the streets. It was a tool that helped me to stay focused and to get my grades so I could play basketball and be a part of the team, and just be a part of something bigger than myself. And I just happened to, become decent at it enough to, get other opportunities and things of that nature. And then, once I played the game and I realized how much life tied into basketball, and how you can learn so much about life and how to carry yourself and how to overcome obstacles and adversity through a game of basketball, that passion hit me. And I said, I want to use that and try to give it back to the generations coming after me, so that's what it's all about right now. And that's what I hope it's going to always be about for me.
Okay, and see, he speaks very well, and I love it. My son is very educated, by the way. One proud mama. My baby he got a degree, y'all. He got a degree. But what I also want to ask you is that I know you and I have had a conversation about your career as far as the stress of the job. Tell us a little bit about the stress of the job, because a lot of people have this conception that being a basketball coach, whether it's high school, whether it's college, whether it's pro, that it does have its fun times, but it also has its disappointing times. Tell us a little bit how you have learned to cope with the wins and losses, and then your overall placement of your season. As far as a coach, because a lot of people think it's like, okay, it's just a game, but it's more to it than that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would say that you have to be really strong in this profession, and you have to be able to adapt and adjust. You got to be able to take things on the chin and understand that you're going to have plans, you're going to have these dreams and visions of what you're going to want to do and how successful you're going to be and how great your teams are going to be and your players. And honestly, that's just basketball related. And to be honest, when you get into this position and you're a head coach, it's 5% basketball. It's 95% everything else. And so it's very stressful because you're going to get, defined by your win and loss record. And we all want to win, don't get me wrong. But we all can't win, but it's the things that you're going to have to deal with that people don't see, that's going to make it a lot more challenging. So when you go out there and you can have the greatest game plan down, you could just be everything other teams are about to do, you can know their weaknesses, their strengths, this, that, and the other. You can drill it in your players all week, and then they go out there on game day, that crowd get out there, and, the band get out there, and the cheerleaders and their parents, and then, little girls that they like or whatever. And all,
that's coming in there.
Yeah, and the plan just goes out the window. So once they go out there, they're on their own. You got to help them, but you can't go play for them. So then when things don't go right and you start taking some losses, are you going to be a person that's going to change? Or is your demeanor going to change? Are you come in with all this energy one day when you're winning, and then you lose? Are you going to come in and you're going to pout? Are you going to mope? Are you going to blame the kids? Are you going to reflect on the fact that you could have done better? And, it's a lot of things that go into that. So when your back's against the wall, that's going to measure the true measure of a man, of a person in general. So, when I came into CrossFit, I had all these, and I still do, but I had all these hopes of we're going to get in and, I'm going to set the world on fire. I'm going to go to the top, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And those are still my goals and my passion and my desires. But I had to take some losses, to understand that this doesn't go as planned all the time. And when it doesn't go as planned, are you willing to adapt and change and go, okay, you have to do better. There's something you're doing that's not working, and, you don't have all the answers. You might need to pick up the phone and call somebody. You might need to reach out to other coaches. You might need to listen, So are you willing to do that? Are you willing to say you're wrong? Are you willing to say, you can do better? And if you're willing to do that, you're willing to reflect and keep getting better and better and better, your team is going to keep getting better and better and better. And then one day, you just keep swinging that axe, and the tree will fall, and you'll see that success, and we'll have what we call that breakthrough. Once you have that breakthrough, you just go to the next level. So it's just about your grit and your determination, and, how consistent you're going to be as a person and as a coach.
Okay, the other question that I want to ask you, as far as now, how are you able? For all you don't know, my son is married. He has 3 girls and a beautiful wife, and he's a phenomenal father. Dominic, had some challenges with not having his biological dad in his life when he was growing up, but it made him the man that he is today, because he is a phenomenal father. The question that I want to ask you is for you to explain to the people, how are you able to separate the two? Because we know that the job is job and home is home. So, but sometimes when you have that stressful time, or, you come home after a brutal loss, let's just, if you will, how are you able to turn it on and turn it off when it comes to being a father and a husband?
That's a great question, honestly, and it's something I had to really learn and get put in my place by my wife.
Wife check.
And
Wife check.
You knew my wife. She doesn't. She's so sweet and caring and loving, and she doesn't want to make anybody mad. But I come home one day and I take losing very personal. And I'm one that never takes it on the kids. I'm never like, well, the kids didn't do this to do that. It's always about, well, what can I do better? And I failed, and I have to do better and get these kids. So when I lose, I take it real strong and real hard. But then when you come home, you're not Coach Lincoln to your kids and to your wife. You're Dominic, like you're a husband, you're a father, and they don't care if you win or lose. Not in a bad way, but when I come in this house, I can lose by 30. I could lose a buzzer beater. When I walk in this house, all my kids want me to do is play with them. They don't care. It's time to be dad. It's time to get on the floor and we got to jump on your back like you a trampoline. Or you come home and you could just win a game. And your wife's like, hey, we got trash here that needs to get taken out.
Daddy duty and husband duty.
But you have to disconnect from the basketball stuff. And I was taught that by my mentor again, Mike Abrahamson, where you gotta let it go, because if not, then you're gonna come in your house and you're gonna sulk and you're gonna pout, or you're gonna be angry and you're gonna take that out on your wife and your kids who done nothing to you but love and support you. And they don't deserve that. And there's times I do come home and it's harder for me to turn that off than it is other days. But you have to make a conscious effort to, when you walk in this house, you have to let that basketball or that failure or even the wins, you gotta let that stuff go. You gotta be a dad and a father. And another thing I would tell and give advice to people that's gonna be young coaches or want to get into coaching, you have to make sure you have a strong spouse behind you, or next to you, because it's days I'm gone. I wake up at 7:30. I wake up at 6:30. I leave the house at 7 o'clock, 7:30, and I come home at 2, 3 in the morning, and she done had the kids all day. She took them to school. She picked them up. She bathed them. She cooked dinner. She put them to bed. She helped them with homework. And you didn't see none of that, and you wasn't around for none of that, and it could take a toll on people. So you got to have a strong spouse, because a coach's wife is one of the hardest jobs you can have in this world. Trust me, because a lot of times you're by yourself. When season comes, I'm nowhere to be found a lot of times. Because I'm so busy. So if you got somebody that's not willing to take on that load, it's going to be a big problem with you guys. So I'm just blessed to have a woman in my wife and in my life that understands, my passion, who understands my goals and dreams, and supports me, and also is willing to put the family on her shoulders for a couple months until I get through a season, and then I come in and I take the load off her. So but you definitely got to disconnect from that winning and losing. When you come home, you got to be father, you got to be dad, or you got to be whatever those kids need you to be. So they can be successful and they can be happy. Because if I'm going to spend all my life, all my time with other people's kids trying to help them to be better, when I come home, I owe it to my kids to do the same thing. I can't be tired. I can't come home and say, Daddy's tired from working, because I've been dealing with some other kids' grades and discipline and a game. And then now I come home and it's time for me to put energy and effort into my own kids. I can't push them aside, because I don't push them, not aside, but I've been busy all day anyway. So now when I come home, I don't care if it's 30 minutes. I got to give them that 30 minutes. And I got to give them the best 30 minutes that I can give them, because they might not even see me tomorrow, because I'm back on the road for another game.
Okay. The one thing that I want to say to you, as being to you as your mother, I want to publicly tell you that I am very proud of all of your accomplishments. I'm very proud of how you are a leader of your community, as far as, in the school district, and also the father that you have become and the husband that you have become. There's a lot of fathers that are not active in their children's lives. Let's just be clear that. And you are a very pillar of what a father and a husband should be. And I'm not just saying it because he's my son. I'm saying it because it's a true fact. Let's just be clear that. But I also want to ask you this. How do you feel about when I say, high school, college, and pro, when coaches, I think coaches don't get a fair shake, because when they have a poor season or not a winning season or not a trip to the championship, the first thing that even college, or unfortunately it has not happened to you, and I hope it never does, but also NBA coaches, when their teams don't do what the organization expect them to do, and they start chopping head when it comes, and they fire coaches. And I just feel like that's just so wrong, when coaches do everything they can, but if the team does not meet the standards of what they think it should, then they start chopping off the head, which you come with the coach. And I just think, can you share some of your feelings about how that makes you guys feel as a coach? Because I be feeling so bad for coaches when I see that they put all their heart, sweat, and tears into trying to make a team become great, and their plans don't work out the way that they do, and then they end up getting fired. I just feel like that's just so wrong on so many levels. So can you explain that a little bit, or how that whole process worked, since you are a coach?
Yeah, well, us coaches understand first that when you get in this profession, you're going to be critiqued a lot. Winning or losing, you're going to be critiqued. And it's going to be people out there who think, they know better, or you're not doing this right, or you should do that, or you should do this. And, so a lot of times those people are just in stands or whatever, and they're not in those shoes with you. But, we do know that we hold responsibility of whatever happens, we have to take. We have to take it, and it's I won't say it suck, but I will say it's tough, because you can work hard, you can watch film, you can have game plans, you can coach your kids to the utmost of your ability, and you can go out there and sometimes you can just have a bad break. The team hits some lucky shots and it goes in. You can have an injury to some of your best players. You can have accidents that happen, that you can't control, and then you're out there and your season might not go as you want it to go, and people don't take that in consideration all the way. They just look at it as, wins or losses, wins or losses. And, when the team doesn't perform, we're going to take that blame. And we know that, and we understand that. But, at the same time, not to make excuses, but the reality is, when they go out there, they have to perform. Players have to perform, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And when they do perform, great. You're gonna get a little credit. You're gonna get some credit for that too. And when they don't perform, you're gonna get more blame. And that's just the nature of the business. And it's something where you gotta have tough skin. And you gotta be strong minded. And you have to understand that. But it's not easy. Now luckily for like high school, getting fired is a little bit different. You don't really get fired in Arkansas. And things like that, nature for wins and losses. But at the same time, it can get pretty uncomfortable, if things aren't going good, So it's tough, but we understand that it's just the nature of the business. It comes with it, and I don't want to get into too much of it to make it seem like you're going to blame players or this and that. But like I said, when they go out there, they have to perform, But you're going to get that blame because you're the head of the organization, you're the head of the team, and like they say, heavy is the head that wears the crown. So you're going to be the boss. You got to pay that cost sometimes. And when things don't go right, the cost is you got to go. So that's why you got to be consistent. That's the best thing I could tell people. You have to be consistent, and you have to come to work every day doing the right things. And if you do the right things every day, and you be consistent, and you show up every day, and you just keep chopping away, eventually, like I said before, that tree will fall, and you have that breakthrough. And then once you have that breakthrough, it gets validated. Okay, he can coach. he is good, this and that and the other. Even though I feel that way and coaches feel that way, you have to have that validation. And everybody wants validation, but you have to have that breakthrough to kind of submit that, you can't do this. So it's tough, but like I say, the best thing I would tell people is you have to go in there and you have to be consistent. You have to be true to yourself and understand that people are going to say you're not good at this, you're not good at that, or they're not doing this and they're not doing that. You have to be true to yourself, understand who you are, be self-aware, and just be consistent. And the results will come. We call it process of a product. Don't worry about the product at the end. Just trust in the process and stick to the process of what you're doing, and the product will take care of itself. If I go in the gym and I work out every day, the product of me getting bigger, faster, and stronger is going to happen. But if I walk in there one day and I want to lift and then just have the product like that, it's not going to work that way. So we're just in a generation where people want instant results. They want instant success. And a lot of times they're not patient to wait on those results. And when those results don't come as quick as they want it, coaches have to go sometimes. So, it's an unfortunate business, but it's the business we chose to be in.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that, your impact on that. I'm going to wrap this up here in a second, but there's another thing that I want to touch on really, really quick with you. And you and I discussed this the other night. Can you tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes, the things that coaches do that does not get recognized? Because there's a lot of things that you do for your players that are behind the scenes that people don't see. So can you elaborate on that for a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, 5% is coaching. The other 95, you have to mentor. You have to check grades. You have to be disciplined. You have to be a positive influence. You have to be a father. You have to be a big brother. You have to be a shoulder to lean on. You have to be a laugh. Okay, so I'm saying all these things, and let me give you some examples. I have kids that I've coached. I won't say names, obviously, but I have kids that I've coached where they could care less about how good of a basketball coach I am. I've been a father. You stay at my house. You got to need a place to stay. You stay at my house. We'll get you some food. We'll clothe you. We'll feed you. We'll do whatever we have to make sure you're comfortable. Then there's some kids that, they got bad situations at home. Whether they don't have a father or they don't, mom and dad fight or whatever. And it's things that we have to, you have to go and pick a kid up sometimes 2 a.m. It's to make sure this kid is safe. You got kids that grades are bad, so and nobody's kind of kicking them in the butt to make sure their grades are good. And it's like, okay, this kid might not go play college basketball, but I want this kid to have a chance to get into college. I want to have this kid a chance to get a higher education. I want to have this kid a chance to be successful. So I have to check on this kid every day. I have to pop into class out of nowhere every day to make sure he's doing what he's supposed to do, and he's turning his work in, so his grades are good. And a lot of times, you start doing that, and this kid, they'll tell you, man, ain't nobody ever done that for me, coach. And I never had somebody like you, coach. And that's why we do it as coaches, to get those type of moments and those type of comments. More than anything, yeah, we want to win, but when you can actually touch a kid's life, you can change that kid and have that and take that kid from one path and go, this is not working, and try to get them on a straight path and make them be successful, or help them be successful, not make them, but help them be successful. That's the greatest reward. That's like winning a state championship right there, But so we know that, the coaches fraternity, we know that, it's a lot of people don't, they don't really see it that way, but it's a lot of stuff that we do that people just they don't understand. So you lose a game on Friday night and they go, man, y'all should have beat that team. You're right. I probably agree with you. We could have played a lot better. I know that, but Monday I had to go pick a kid up and get this kid home safe. Tuesday I had to get this kid some money because he ain't had a haircut in 2 months, and you want him to look more presentable. Wednesday a kid was about to fight at school, so they called me and I went to go get him because these kids are making fun of his sister who have a condition or something that she can't, it's out of her control or whatever. You have to do things like that.
Bullying.
On Thursday, your best player, mom, was rushed to the hospital because she had an episode or something that happened. So he wasn't at practice, and when he did show up, his mom wasn't there. So I can't be kicking him in the butt and getting on to him because he's not worried about scoring points right now. His mom's in the hospital. He don't know if she's okay right now. That's what he's worried about, and so they're not athletes to me, and that's the biggest. That's one of Best things I can tell somebody. They're not athletes to me. They're not players. They're my sons. That's my family. So I want to win. Yeah, I want them to score points. Yeah, I want them to get blocks and rebounds. But I want them to win in life. More than anything.
Absolutely.
In this game of life, is unforgiving. You don't get redos a lot of times.
No, you don't.
You don't have a referee to stop the whistle. Blow the whistle to stop the game. The coach won't be there to stop and recorrect what you're doing. So we have to teach them how to win in life and win in the next chapters moving forward, because especially as a high school coach, they're not going to be with you forever. So if you're only measuring your impact on this earth as a high school coach is how many games you win, how many championships you won, you're not doing this job right, in my opinion. Because I got kids that graduated and they still talk to me to this day. They'll FaceTime me out the blue. Hey, coach, how you doing? I just want to check up on you. How's the girls? How's your wife? Man, thank you for everything you ever done for me. I love you, man. I'm doing good. The advice you gave me, I still do it to this day. And those are the championships right there that I live for. And those are the championships that I want. Because to me, if I can get just one kid or two kids that I know I really, really touched and I really, really helped, and they go on to be successful and have great careers and lives and families and their husbands that raise their kids and they do the right thing and they stay out of trouble. If I could do that with just two people, I feel like I help the world be a better place. So, and that's just what I want to do, and that's my focus. So, and that's just my process, like I said. So I stick to my process of teaching these kids how to win in life, and eventually we'll win a lot in basketball too. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if I can teach you how to be a champion in your everyday life, I can teach you how to be a champion in everything that you do, then we can be champions on the basketball court, because at the end of the day, it's just a game.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to switch it up to a funny question. I'm going to put you on the hot seat. I know you can handle it. I know that you can. So my question to you is, so lighten it low. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, because my son wants to watch our team, Baltimore Ravens, getting ready to play football, and he already said, "Mama, let's get this interview over, because I it's either before the game or after the game. What you want to do?" Well, why is it? Come on, he got to watch his Ravens. Okay, so if you had to put a dream team together for you, what, I'm talking about NBA players, who would be your starting five? I already know who one of them is, so you got to come out with the other four. So if you had to put a dream team together for yourself, just say you was coaching them and you wanted to put a championship team together, and you had the lottery pick of 5 players from the NBA, who would it be?
Yikes. Does it have to be point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward?
You pick them. You pick them.
All right, I'll try to be more like point guard, shooting guard. So Magic Johnson will be my point guard, big point guard, great, great vision, just Showtime Lakers. I don't even got to go into details of that. That's what Magic Johnson is. Yes. Guard, my shooting guard would be tough. It's out of Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe, and Michael Jordan. That's a tough one, because I want to go MJ because he's the GOAT, arguably. But I grew up watching Kobe. I wasn't the biggest Kobe fan, but I'm gonna go Michael Jordan. That's the shooting guard. Small forward is LeBron James. Obviously, is my favorite player.
No, I knew that. I knew he was in there.
Yeah, don't try to kill me too bad in the comments or anything, because I'm a LeBron fan. So we got Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Power forward, I gotta go with Tim Duncan, the greatest power forward ever to me. Just the big fundamental. I love the way Tim Duncan played the game. He's just a champion. Nothing flashy, just got the job done. So I love that. In the center, I gotta go with Superman, the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, the most dominant big man ever. So that'll be my 5. Ain't nobody's beating us.
All right. Okay. I like that, but I'm not done with you yet. I ain't gonna let you off that easy. I'm not gonna let you off that easy. Okay. Same question, but this time it has to be current NBA players that are in the league right now. Come on run it down to me.
Okay, point guard, Steph Curry. Ball handle, shoot the ball from anywhere. Got to get one of the greatest shooter, arguably ever. So Steph would be my point guard. My shooting guard, that's tough, man. That's tough.
Gotta pick one.
I go with James Harden. He can score.
Beard man.
I don't really like the way he played, but man, he can put the ball in the hole. So 3, obviously, that's LeBron James, small forward again. He's still in the league.
Yeah.
Power forward, Anthony Davis, for
Mm-hmm.
sure. And then my center, I gotta go with the Joker from the Denver Nuggets, man. Jokovic, man.
Jokovic, yeah.
Yeah, the way he can just pass the ball. He's just a big point guard out there. He's skilled. He can shoot the 3. He can pick and roll and pop. He can flash them, and he can just do so many things. So that'll be it. Steph, James Harden, LeBron, AD, the Joker.
Okay. All right, guys. You guys heard it. Fred off the front line and center with my son, Dominic Lincoln, who is the high school basketball coach from our hometown, Crossett, Arkansas. So now there is a request, Dominic, that your mama is going to ask for this year again. I want a Crossett Eagle hoodie. Last year he told me say no more. So we're going to see what he going to say this year. Because I want him to send me that belated birthday, early Christmas. I don't care what you want, but your mama want a hoodie. It's getting ready to get cold.
We just got our new shipment of team clothes and team gear. So I ordered more this year, so I have extra for sure. I ordered a lot more than not a lot more, but I ordered more than we needed. So I definitely got you. I promise.
Okay.
I promise.
So he telling me say no more, guys. That's what he telling me. Telling me say no more again.
When it comes in, make sure you get on your channel and show people I did it.
Oh, I will. I see the shirt that I got on right now that says Crossett. He gave me this shirt. I also have another one in the closet that he gave me because we going to represent the CRT. Honey, that's where we from. The CRT. No doubt it. Don't come for us in the comment section. That's my hometown. Y'all see my face? And please do not come for my son in the comment section. Don't do that, because you already know Khadijah going to show up. Mama bears, they protect their offsprings. They really, truly do. But we're going to start something new. I'm going to put my Cash App in this video, guys. And what I want you to do, if you feel generous enough to want to support the high school basketball coach, which is my son. You heard what he said behind the scenes, buying clothes for kids, giving them meals, giving them haircuts. Those kind of things add up. So as a mother, to help support her son, who is the head coach of the Crossett Eagles. Let's be clear of that. I'm going to put my Cash App in there, and if you guys feel generous enough to want to donate to the cause, please do so, and I will forward the coins to my son. And then I will have him back on here to say thank you publicly to everybody. So your mama is rattling for you. We got a GoFundMe. We need a GoFundMe for my head coach so he can go ahead. His season starts November 16th, you said?
November 16th at home against Lakeside. So
okay.
We're about to get kicked off and rolling.
All right, then let's get it. We're gonna be rooting for you. You already know that. Your mother got you. Also, send me some pictures of yourself coaching, and so I can insert them here at the end of this video so some people can see how my son get down. He is really, really well. I want to thank you for taking your time out to let me interview you on my channel. I'm sorry that I couldn't get the StreamYard set up the way that I wanted. We were struggling and also rushing because I was trying to make sure that I get this video in so that he can go do what? Watch the Baltimore Ravens play. My son was born in Baltimore, Maryland. He has a sibling that is in Baltimore, Maryland, which is my oldest son, DJ Lincoln. So we're going to have him on here one day too, because he has his own construction company, and we're going to talk about that as well. So thank you for tuning in to Table Talk Tuesday, Sports Talk with my son. All right, guys, thank you so much for your love and support. Thank you so much for continuing to come in and checking on your girl on her channel, because you already know I'm trying to go viral. So you got to spread this to your mama and them, to your sister and them, all them names, mama and them, cousin them, uncle them, amongst everybody so that you guys can see my son, who is the head coach of the CrossFit Eagles too. So Dominic, we want to say thank you, and we want to say good luck to a good season this year. Positive vibes. I think you're going to do phenomenal. You're going to have a better year this year. I claim it. I spoke it, claim it, and we're gonna receive it. All right, guys. So as the year go on, I'm going to be, because he puts a lot of stuff on his Facebook page, I'm gonna try to pull some of those things down and keep you guys posted on how his season is going. So again, if you want to help out my son with his coaching year this year, I'm gonna put my Cash App in this video, and I promise you all the proceeds will be going to my son, and he can come on here and tell you that they did. All right, guys. So Dominic, we want to say thank you so much, and glad to have spent this little 35 minutes with you. We're going to get on off of here because my video is normally 30 minutes, but we're going to get on off of here and let you go ahead and spend some time with the family. I really wanted to see Leslie. Is she close by you?
Yeah, she's not camera presentable.
Oh, she's not. I just wanted to tell her to come behind you and not get in the thing, and because I want to say something to her publicly. Girl, my daughter-in-law, she is beautiful. Even though I know my son says she's not camera ready right now, but she is beautiful. But she gave me 3 beautiful grandbabies, and I love them all to death. So I just want to give her to say, is she there so she can hear me?
She can hear you, but she don't have that in the camera. Yes, okay.
Hey, Leslie, how you doing, baby?
Hi, I'm doing good.
Good. I just want to tell you that thank you so much for being a supportive wife to Dominic, and being an understanding as far as his job and what all is that comes with, and the fact that you hold him down the way that you do. So I just wanted to say thank you for being that woman for my son. Your role as his wife does not go unnoticed, and I just want to tell you thank you, and I love you so much. Okay?
Okay, thank you. No problem.
Okay. All right. All right, Dominic.
You don't know what to say.
I know.
She said she don't know what to say. That's all right. She said enough. That's all right. She heard her mama-in-law say thank you so much. So we're going to end this here and going to let you go ahead and get ready to have your family time, husband time, and watch the Ravens. And hopefully we'll have you back on my channel to do an update on how this season went. Okay, and then I'm also gonna do a unboxing when I get my hoodie. All right, I'm waiting. Yes. He says say no more, so I'm gonna keep saying it till I get it. So then I won't have to say no more. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Dominic, I love you so much, baby. I am so proud of you. I love you unconditionally, wholeheartedly. And you know, if you need me, I'm just a phone call away. Just hit your mama on the duo. I'm gonna be like, hello, where mama at? My son's calling. So I will pause everything for you, baby. I love you so much. And go ahead and have some time with your family. And I'm going to get off of here and let you go. All right?
All right. Love you too. Thanks for having me.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, guys, I'm going to end this. You guys already know. Thank you for that is my son. Like I say, he is the head coach of the CrossFit Eagles, where we are from. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Table Talk Tuesday with my son. And I know this one's a little bit more lengthier, so I'm going to go ahead and end this right now. And you already know what I'm going to say. Love God, love yourself, and love others. And stay ready soon. Get ready. This is Chat with Kay with Table Talk Tuesday, episode number 2, Sports Talk with my son, the behind the scenes duties of a basketball coach. And I see you guys later. Bye-bye.